Hi everyone, I'm Vikaik. I trust you all are doing well. In today's video, I'll be showing you 10 disturbing historical images you've never seen before. 34-year-old Homer Peel kisses his 12-year-old bride, Geneva, on the courthouse steps in Madisonville, Tennessee, 1937. Geneva was just 10 years old and an orphan. Peel lied to authorities initially and told them Geneva was 12. Child marriage had just been made illegal in the state of Tennessee, but Homer Peel claimed he had saved Geneva from the poorhouse and that to annul the marriage would be to return her to a state of poverty. Homer and Geneva Peel eventually stayed together until 1975 when they divorced. Homer died in 1991 and Geneva lived on until 2017 at age 92. The couple had 6 daughters and a son together and 18 grandchildren. The message in lipstick was left on Frances Brown's flat wall by the lipstick killer in 1945. The lipstick killer's notoriety stemmed from the separate killings of 2 women, Josephine Ross and Frances Brown, in 1945. At the scene of the second murder, that of Miss Brown, someone had used lipstick to scroll on a wall, "For heaven's sake, catch me before I kill more. I cannot control myself." The report of a lipstick killer terrified Chicago as the press took note of other unsolved murders of women. Then about 2 weeks after the Brown murder, on January 7, 1946, a 6-year-old girl named Suzanne Degnan was discovered missing from her bedroom at her north side home. A ladder was found outside the window. The police later determined that the killer had strangled her and taken the body to the basement of a nearby building where it was dismembered. Her head was found in a sewer and other body parts were found scattered about the neighborhood. A Soviet couple from the Samara province sells human remains at a market stall in the winter of 1921. That year, the nation was in the grip of a devastating famine that ultimately killed 5 million people and saw countless others resort to eating human flesh in order to survive. The epitome of a mad scientist, Soviet Dr. Vladimir Demikhov created the world's first 2-headed dog in 1954. A German Shepherd serving as the host, with a smaller dog fused on top, is seen here. Both animals died within 4 days. Unit 731 was a Japanese research program during World War II that conducted horrific experiments such as infecting subjects with plague, giving subjects frostbite, and cutting people apart while alive and unsedated. Most of its victims were Chinese. In September 1933, life photographer Alfred Einstein-Diet traveled to Geneva, Switzerland to document a League of Nations conference where Nazi propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels was present. There, Einstein-Diet, a German-born Jew, captured one of the most intimate, chilling portraits of any high-ranking Nazi. Einstein-Diet had already snapped a few personable shots before Goebbels learned he was Jewish. This photograph reveals the sudden shift in Goebbels' demeanor. In 1901, French police received an anonymous tip that a woman was being held captive. Blanche Monnier, born in 1849, was often described as very gentle and good-natured. The young socialite was widely considered to be physically beautiful, so it's no surprise that she attracted many suitors as she got older. And considering her family's prestigious place in society, she was often in the public eye. However, one day in 1876, Blanche Monnier simply vanished. And it wasn't until over 2 decades had passed that an anonymous letter to the Attorney General of Paris would finally reveal her terrible fate. When authorities arrived at the Monnier house in 1901, it was clear that the family did not want them there, especially her mom, Louise Monnier. According to the Crime Wire, investigators had to force their way into the home. Officers found a 55-pound prisoner named Blanche Monnier. She had been trapped against her will in that room for 25 years by her very own mother. The legend of Charlie No Face spread among children of 1960s Pennsylvania like wildfire. Otherwise known as the Green Man, this faceless figure was said to roam the roadways at night and glow green as a result of an industrial accident. While the legend was eerie enough, the truth was far scarier and all the more tragic. The contents of Ted Bundy's murder kit. Theodore Robert Bundy was an American serial killer who kidnapped, raped, and murdered dozens of young women and girls during the 1970s. After more than a decade of denials before his execution, he confessed to 30 murders. The total number of his victims are likely higher, with estimates running from 36 to perhaps 100 people murdered. Human Shadow Etched in Stone is an exhibition at the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum. It is thought to be the shadow of a person who was sitting at the entrance of the Hiroshima branch of the Sumitomo Bank when the atomic bomb was dropped over Hiroshima. And that's a wrap on today's video. So what's the verdict? Did these pictures chill you to the bone or just tickle your curiosity? Drop a comment and let me know which one got under your skin or piqued your interest. And if you enjoyed the ride, give this video a thumbs up, share it with anyone who needs a good scare, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. It's the secret sauce to keeping up with all our latest content. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you next time, hopefully with something just as spicy.